Right, good evening, everybody. It's been a lovely day. So basically, this is my evening broadcast, as it were. So there we go. Trust I'm live. I think I am live. I'm not sure. It says I am anyway. Yes, obviously I am. So I'm just going to share this to Facebook, if I can. There we are. I just shared it to Facebook. So, good evening, Atomic Bagwell, and hi to Thomas Hughes, hi to Benny Boy 2018, hi to and Thomas Hughes. Yeah, I'm okay. Yes, just plodding along, I suppose you could say. Just doing my normal stuff. Just had my dinner, of course, very predictably. Of course, it was beef mince and some rice to go with it. You know, it fills you up, does the job, and everything. So I usually eat quite early because I don't like going to bed on a full stomach. Basically, I mean, I don't understand people who seem to they get in late, and then of course they'll have a huge, great big meal around about sort of 9 or 10 o'clock or something like that. And how they manage to sleep on that, I don't know. But I've heard of a lot of people doing it. But I finished mine. My dinner, I think, well, I did about 5, and of course it was completely finished before 6, so there we are. Yes, Benny Boy says, how are you coping with the lockdown? Well, actually I'm doing better than a lot of people are, because there are some people who I know who get extremely bored, they get extremely fed up because they're not doing their jobs that they basically set out to do normally. They're not doing what they were put on the planet to do, and that is to do their job, whether it be a mechanic, train driver, or whatever it may be. They can't do it. They simply have to stay at home. So it basically drives them mad because they're not doing what they enjoy doing. And I mean, I'm a bit on the fence, really. Will the lockdown work? What do you think, guys? Will the lockdown work? Obviously, comments below. Are the government really right to do it? This is another thing that I could ask. So there we are. Cale Bell there said, yes, it will. And Dan says it's very important to stay at home. Yeah. And Atomic Bagwell there, what advice could you give to my friend Craig, who is looking for a girlfriend? What advice could I possibly give? At the moment, it's rather a difficult subject, but I suppose you could join something like Tinder. You could join something like Plenty of Fish. I don't know. What's the other one? You could join Bumble. There are quite a few dating apps out there at the moment. But obviously, because of social distancing, it's amazing actually. Some people have managed their relationship still under social distancing, and they even moved in together. I've heard. Was it on the news or was it on the BBC channel? I can't remember, but there are all these people who, after a few days, they decided they were going to move in together after one day. I'm a little bit sort of skeptical about that, because if that was me, I'd want to actually get to know the person first. And me being me, I think quite possibly I wouldn't do the living in thing. But you can stay together. You don't have to do the living in thing. Under what law? But of course, I'm talking under normal circumstances, and these circumstances, of course, are far from normal. So there we are. But the main subject is, should we be doing social distancing? Will it work? And all that sort of stuff. Obviously, your comments below. Is it the right thing to do? And is it worth risking the economy? Simply, Michael Jackson tribute. Can you do a shout out to Dana and Charlotte and Howard? So hi, Dana, Charlotte and Howard. Hope you're all well, or as well as you possibly could be under these very extraordinary circumstances, I have to say. And Dan says here, do you believe in China and Russia are in cahoots to take over the world, and Russia have nukes in space? No, myself, but it didn't come from Russia, originated in China or so I believe. So I really don't know about that one. But certainly in the 70s we feared attack from Russia, I think it was. It was a bit before my time, so I really wouldn't know very much about it, really. So there we are. And Cale, Bell, how are you keeping busy? Yes, well, I suppose as busy as I can be. Obviously, at the moment, to amuse myself, I'm doing live videos and doing what I can do and listening to my 80s music. I agree, it might be a little bit boring. And thank you. I made two girls very happy. Yes. Yeah, I'm glad I've done that. Yes. If we can make people happy, that's what we'll do. Does anybody want me to do any shout outs? Anybody? because I can do if you want. I mean, one thing I've noticed, last night I got a little bit warmer than I would have liked to have been in bed. So I decided to turn the fan on. My sister Haley wants to be a nurse. So hi to you, Haley. Hi. Wish you the very, very best of luck with all of that. And I hope you do extremely well in that career. And Jamie Green wants to shout out for his friend Cobbett, I think it is, or Cobbett. Anyway, hi to Cobbett. Hope you're doing okay. So, yeah. It's very trying times, and it's very strange times. I mean, there are some ministers who say that the restrictions will be coming off a little bit for schools and restaurants and things like that. Can you do a shout out for Mr. and Mrs. Charlotte? Yes, hi to you, Mr. and Mrs. Charlotte. Yeah, I mean, is it such a good idea? I mean, the minute they send the children back to the schools and teachers back into schools and all that sort of stuff, I can't help thinking that it'll spread it all around again if somebody has got it. So all this, there's a lot of conflicting evidence out there. And Gail Bell wants me to do a shout out for niece, Isha, I think it is, or Elsha, I don't know. I'm terrible with names. I can't read and write very well. You do a shout out for Theo, Laura, and Marco at the Brexit BIOS. Yes, so hi to you, and shout out to Mike, Brendan. Can you do a shout out to my wife, Helen? Hi to you, Helen. Hope you're all okay. Very, very trying times at the moment. I mean, I think, I don't know, do I dare say anything? But I don't think you can open one establishment without opening the rest as well. So I think really keep everything shut down, and then eventually when the virus is gone, open everything up. Ethan says, oh no, Richard, I missed me and said it wrong. Brexit boys. Can you shout out for Laura and Marco and the Brexit boys? Yes, so I've done that for you again. But it's an easy mistake to make because I often make mistakes like that, and I'm not very good really at my reading and writing. I mean, I can do it, but I find when I'm reading something, I read it wrong. Happens to me a lot, especially if I'm reading the paper or something like that, and it can very easily go pear-shaped. But there we are. So yeah, but anyway, I think I'll leave you all now, and hope that you all keep well and you don't catch this awful virus with a bit of luck. So I wish you all good night. 7-3, and hopefully might do a few tomorrow as well. So take care.